Alright, what is up my friends? Welcome to another Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. We got a really awesome one for you. You may have seen this on my article on Friday. It's one of the decks that I played in my 10 decks, my 10 brews article, of course, last Friday. And one of the decks I'm most excited about, this is an updated version of the list you saw in that article, Mono Black Devotion. And, of course, with a Grey Merchant of Asphodel, am I saying that wrong? Back from the original Theros. Of course, it was pretty good then. I think a little overblown as to how good it was back then. It was good. It wasn't like, crazy good. It's back, and things are different now than they were before, because the best two cards in Mono Black Devotion previously were Thoughtseize and Hero's Downfall. Those are both spells. Those don't give devotion. And that was more of almost like a Jundi mid-range deck, where here we have a deck much more focused on permanence, things in play, kind of creature sacrifice effects, a lot more value going on for devotion, making Grey Merchant even better than it was before. A couple cool synergies we'll get to as well. Also, our Hero's Downfall has devotion too. It's great, right? So, we have a lot of new cards in this deck, joined together with some old cards. The old cards, there were a number of cards in the format that kind of were leading towards a mono-black style strategy. Yarok's Fenlurker, black for a super ravenous rat. Ayara, First of Locthwain, just a cool creature for, decks playing a lot of black cards, black creatures, draws cards, gains life, etc., etc. Of course, Murderous Rider, Gutterbones, Disfigure, Cavalier of Night, a nice one, good curve topper. Bolas of Citadel fits perfectly in this deck, as you'll see. But this deck got a huge shot in the arm from a bunch of new cards. Obviously, Grey Merchant is the big devotion payoff. There's a lot more than that going on. Nightmare Shepherd is one of the best cards in Theros Beyond Death. Full stop. I kind of glossed over this one in my preview article, or my preview videos on YouTube. Nightmare Shepherd is absurd. It's a 4/4 flyer for 4 with upside. No downside at all. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you can exile it. If you do, you make a token that's an exact copy of the creature, except it's a 1/1 and a nightmare. So, while getting back, if your creature is only based on size, say it's just a 6/6 for 5 or whatever, you get a 1/1. That's not very good. But the Shepherd copies all the abilities, as well as all the triggers on creatures that die. So, for example, if your Grey Merchant dies, it comes back as a 1/1, but still has its mana cost, because it's a copy of the creature, and you get to re-trigger your Grey Merchant. So that's just incredible. Really, really good ability, and it works in the same with comes into play abilities, of course, Grey Merchant, and then also Yarok's Fenlurker, same thing, get to use it twice, and then Cavalier of Night, also great. But the real double up here is how well Nightmare Shepherd works with sacrifice effects. So Ayara, and then also Woe Strider, another new card. When you can sacrifice your creatures, you can just double up on them. So, for example, if we have a Yarok's Fenlurker in play, and a Ayara in play, and a Nightmare Shepherd in play, we can draw step, make a copy of Yarok, and take their card. You can keep looping things like that. Most impressive, however, is how that works with Grey Merchant. So, this deck can kill you on turn 5 without ever attacking. We just go turn 2 Fenlurker, turn 3 Ayara, turn 4 Nightmare Shepherd, turn 5 Grey Merchant. That is 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 9 devotion all by itself, plus the 1 drain from the Ayara. And then you sacrifice the Grey Merchant to the Ayara, make a copy of it, and that's 9 more devotion, plus 1 from Ayara. It's 20 damage straight. And you can do it, honestly, with just these 3 cards. I won a game earlier today where I went turn 3 this, turn 4 Shepherd, turn 5 attack, play Grey Merchant, and kill you. So, an obscene amount of power in these 3 cards here. Nightmare Shepherd is just really, really good. Of course, also, if they just kill your creature, you just get a copy of it. So, you go Ayara, and you go Shepherd, and they kill your Ayara. Well, now you have a 1/1 Ayara in play. So, that's pretty awesome. Both Citadel is obviously really cool with your Ayara and your Merchant. You can keep playing things over and over and over again and gaining life. The 2 copies of Dreadhorde Invasion, kind of an overlooked card from War of a Spark. Dreadhorde Invasion plays phenomenally with Ayara. You make a token, sacrifice it, draw a card, gain a life. make a token, sacrifice it, draw a card, gain a life. The Invasion is not as good as a card like Bitter Blossom because it doesn't make multiple tokens. It doesn't go wide. It just stacks up on the one token, which isn't very impressive. But if you're able to keep sacrificing that token for value and making a new token, you have an infinite amount of creatures here, which is awesome. So definitely super cool. And then the lands. Oh, the lands. We're playing one Witch's Cottage. Kind of a cheeky one. Very good with the Citadel because you can put the card on top and then just play it again. And then also just good at rebuying your good creatures. Can't play too many of these. It is pretty awkward, but I figured one was pretty free. And it's just very cool with the Citadels. And then most importantly, I mean, Castle Locthwain is one of the best lands printed in a really, really, really long time. Because of Castle Locthwain, we can play 26 lands, not worry about missing our land drops, and also not worry about flooding, because Castle Locthwain is just an unreal mid-game engine. So that's awesome. We have 8 total removal spells, a lot of interaction, a lot of cool stuff happening in the main deck. Sideboard, we get to board in 4 Duress against the control decks, of course. Epic Downfall, good card with a mirror. Being able to exile things is important. Exiles Shepherd, exiles Ayara. Also good against the gods. You can exile them, as well as just Cavalier of... any Cavalier, I guess. Cavalier of whatever. The new Titans, just a good solid card, and exiling is pretty relevant. 1 copy of Legion's End, a little extra against the aggro decks. 2 Grasps. 2 Tymaret, chosen from Death. We had a few of these in the main deck in our previous iteration. Didn't really do enough, I don't think. The body didn't really matter that much. Wasn't really good sacrifice fodder. It was just fine. It's just fine, but this card is very good in mirrors, and when there's graveyards that need to be eaten. I played against a really cool blue-white, like, Dance of the Manse enchantment control deck earlier today, and good answer to that. Just being able to hit graveyards kind of incidentally is very good. Also attacks and blocks, so solid card. I'm trying out a few Q in the sideboard here. We got 2 Midnight Reapers for your super matchups. They're playing Deafening Clarion, things like that. And then 2 copies of Deathless Knight. This card's sweet. Against control decks for trying to time wipe you and kill your creatures over and over again. It's not too hard to get this one back, and it also attacks Planeswalkers, which is really cool too. So a couple copies of that as well. Normally we would lean on Planeswalkers in those kind of matchups, but there aren't really any good mono black Planeswalkers. So that's the deck. I've been doing a lot of winning with this deck. It feels awesome, and I'm pretty stoked to keep working on it. Don't think it's there yet, but we're going to keep working. But first, a quick word from our sponsor at CoolStuffInc.com.
This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. To learn more about this deck, click the link in the video's description below to read Jim's article.
Alright, let's battle here. On the draw. Oh boy. We're playing 26 lands, so we're a little less than, 50-50 to draw a land. So you have a draw, and then a draw, and then a draw. I'm going to keep this. We're drawing to any land or 1 or 2 drop. And with 3 draws, we're definitely a favorite to draw land. And once we get the first land going, we have the removal spell and the good threats, and we have tons of top end. I'm going to keep. This is a little risky, but on the play, I would not keep this. On the draw with 26 lands, and then, of course, drawing to any 1 or 2 drop. So we're drawing to 4 Gutterbones, 2 Dreadhorde for Fenlurker, 2 Disfigure. Might look foolish if we never draw a land here, but that was our first shot at it. Simic stuff. Okay. Cool. Didn't draw 1 or 2 drop. That's fine. The Simic decks can definitely go over the top of us, but they also don't really interact with our engine, which is pretty good. So we get to kind of have free reign with Ayara and stuff like that. This could be a flash deck, though. But we were just jamming here, so... They have a Frill Mystic. A Quench? Okay. So that's pretty telling of their hand. Kind of. No, it's just no Frill Mystic, basically. Okay. I think I am more interested in Nightmare Shepherd than I am Ayara. So I probably want to just cast Ayara here. Don't really have the flexibility to keep Just, I guess they missed a land drop, so maybe I should just be holding on and saying go here. Mystical Dispute main deck, sure. Yeah, that might have been a turn where I should have just said go. Just keep making land drops. And we have Murderous Rider if they have the 4/4 Wolf. Not a great hand against Simic Flash, because Simic Flash is a deck where when they're ahead, they're really, really good. When they're behind, their deck is terrible. But we had no 1 or 2 drops, and we were on the draw, so we couldn't really get ahead. And they had their Paradise Druid draw. I think playing Ayara last turn was incorrect. We should not have done that. Let's just say go here. When your opponent is mana screwed and they're playing a control deck or a lot of counter spells, they obviously have 5 spells in their hand, but the counter spells can only be cast at certain times. So it puts them in kind of a crux where they don't have enough mana to do things proactively, and they have counter spells to cast. So they want you to cast things. If you just wait, you can like overload them with double spells. And most importantly, we have Murderous Rider, so we can't get punished by them playing a flash threat. We can just kill it at instant speed. So we're supposed to say go here. We probably should say go last turn. The goal against Simic Flash is to not let them get ahead. Thassa's Intervention. This is a really cool new card. So this is effectively just draw 2 cards. They're going to look at their top 2, and they're going to choose 2 of them. But very cool card. This is the only intervention where both sides are like equally good. Good card. Good card. So I would assume they have a land. No? Wow. We're not going to castle with that many cards in our hand. Okay. I mean, now you can just Fenlurker and leave up Murderous Rider, so cool. So that's Mystic. Mystic is fine. We're definitely casting Murderous Rider this turn. The question is, what do we target? Are we going to target the Paradise Druid or the Frilled Mystic? I think it's the Paradise Druid, because they're obviously stuck on mana right now. So want to make sure this resolves. So give him the Stone Rain, and we're not going to die to a Frilled Mystic by itself, and the Murderous Rider can block it pretty well. So unfortunate. Okay, so we'll cast the Murderous Rider. Wish I had that Ayara to punish them, you know? Alright. Alright. Unfortunately, now, like I said, the thing you never want to do against Simic Flash is fall behind, and now we are very far behind. So we're going to resolve this right now. We're probably in huge trouble this game. Because they just have 5 spells in their hand, and they're probably all counter spells, which can't really do anything. Yeah, definitely not a. Our hand did not pan out the way we would have liked it to in this matchup, and we also just made that error, I think, on turn 4. So let's play this. See if they counter it. You can resolve a 4/4 flyer if they do. So sure. I mean, now we are ahead on the board, so that's good for us. They have like Brazen Borrower or something. They can like bounce this, but okay. And we're going to want to keep playing things now because we can't have them play the 4/4 flash. So 20. I think it's just Citadel. So I'm not even sure how good Citadel actually even is anyway. Given that we're at 10. I almost just don't mind them countering this. Sure. I mean, obviously would have preferred if that was a counter spell that was able to target creatures. but welcome to paradise. Alright, so I don't think there's a ton of cards that can counter a merchant here, honestly. For 2 mana? I don't think there's any cards, so that's a nice swing. And now we're attacking. So despite a lot of things going wrong for this game, we are back to being ahead on the board. And if the Grey Merchant dies, we get a trigger, which is cool. Oh my god. Well, we're not going to stop at this point. Because again, I don't want them to cast the Wolf, so fire away. I can't imagine this is resolving, but it's 9 and the ability to play something else, so let me just attack for 4. If this game state happens for this turn and the next 2 turns, we win. Just, I play a spell, they counter it, attack for 4. I play a spell, they counter it, attack for 4. So, playing against counter spells is all about picking your spots and making them do the things on the turns they don't want to. And we screwed up that one turn by doing that. So, they're going to fastest intervention it, we got to pay 8. We cannot pay 8, so not sure why they overpaid on that one a little bit, but sure. And now they are dead to this next turn. They should still have almost all spells in their hand. That's a spell.
Strange and magnificent world. The land fights for us.
Yarok's Fenlurker. It's not bad. Alright, we'll just give him the Fenlurker, I guess, and see what happens. So, the question is, do we just ram our Grey Merchant? There's a quench, which is pretty funny because they could have quenched this. We're just going to ram it. Again, I'm not sure. I mean, it's got to be a counter spell. And then we have, I mean, they got to stop this thing over 2 turns, so if this is a counter spell, we attack twice and kill them. It's a Brazen Borrower on the Shepherd. Alright, so drain for a bunch. And if we attack, they can double block. That's not really good for us. We'd rather have the Shepherd in play, so we'll just say go. Again, they can't really attack or do much that's profitable currently. Alright. It's interesting. I'm not sure why you would reveal that to us, but
Rise, my elemental friend.
I mean, pretty easy block here. I guess they have to win soon, so it makes sense to be a little aggressive, but Woe Strider, and that's the game. So we cast Nightmare Shepherd, cast Woe Strider, sacrifice Merchant, and they're dead. Cool. Kind of a weird game. I think we mostly played well, except for that casting Ayara on turn 4. I think that was a very big mistake, but didn't get punished, so we'll take it. I have very little respect for Simic Flash as a deck. You really need to get ahead, and if your opponent knows how to play around your counter spells and is able to skew their deck to get under you, don't think it's great. So anything clunky's gone. Citadels are gone, Cavaliers are gone. Noxious Grasp is perhaps one of the best cards in the format against them. Definitely want some Duresses. Strangely enough, I actually like Disfigure a lot against them, because just killing a Frail Mystic for 1 is really good. Because again, your whole entire goal, whenever you're thinking about sideboarding or a matchup, Your entire goal is to think about what's important and then skew your deck towards that. And again, as we said, the most important thing is to never fall behind. So disfiguring a Frilled Mystic is a really good tempo play that can keep you at parity or ahead. I don't want Downfall. I don't think. We have 4 Murderous Riders and 2 Grasps. I don't want Downfall. I don't think about Tymaret. Yeah, I think we're just going to shave 1 Merchant. It's just the clunkiest card in our deck. Yeah, just want the cheaper cards if possible. You want the 4th Duress? I don't think I want the 4th Duress. Doesn't stop Mystic Snake. They do play some creatures, so... We're on the draw again. Simic Flash is much better on the play, but on the draw. That's a pretty bad hand. Yeah, we're going to ship this one. It's a lot better. We're going to ship a Duress. I don't want to ship a land, I don't want to ship a threat, and if I can take 1 counterspell and then just know the rest of their hand to play on the rest, I think it's fine. Not ideal, but we'll fire off now, so they can't quench it. Something like that. Alright, so they have Cavalier, Druid, Frilled Mystic. Alright, so if I know they're bringing too many Cavaliers, I might have brought in the Downfall card, but they are short a land here. I mean, I would love to be able to draw... Or I guess we drew a 2-drop, but... One of the Cavaliers is gone, so they kept this card. Could be a land. It was a land, so I think that they... I think that the physical card placement is actually like the physical cards. You know a card they... We know they didn't draw that, that's what I'm saying. So they have Frilled Mystic, Cavalier, land, and they can't cast a counterspell this turn. So getting a Ayara in play is pretty awesome. Probably should attack first, whatever. They can Cavalier next turn, though. No, they cannot. But they can Frilled Mystic, so this is fine. We can just chill. I'm really in a huge rush. Now they want to cast the Cavalier. We get to resolve stuff, so... pretty sure we just play a land. And we could attack with the Fenlurker. They're not going to block. I'm not going to attack with the Ayara, obviously, though. They block with the Paradise Druid. It's pretty weird, honestly. I can't imagine them doing that. Just sneak in for 1 here, and then we're gonna draw with Castle Locthwain most likely. So you just say go. Don't want to play. Don't want to Mystic anything. Oh, it's so sick. All right, that's really, really gross. The 1 card they drew last turn was the worst card for us. That's really, really bad. All right, that's by far the worst case scenario. The 1 unknown ended up being the best possible card. That makes our castles worse. Now they have Mystic up and they're ahead on board. That was very, very bad for us. We're still gonna castle. Yeah, definitely not gonna cast the Cavalier now. Playing Cavalier and Frilled Mystic in the same deck is very bizarre. Alright, well, we are dead this game, unfortunately. They didn't draw the Ambusher. We were totally fine this game, even with the Flood, but with the Flood, we're just super screwed. We can't beat this board. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Wow. They're not sending in the Ambusher because I could pump and double block. Alright, we're going to block with this. And we're going to draw a card. Love to draw a removal spell. Or Swamp. Swamp's good too. I mean... Whoa. It's a little Woe Strider action. I don't think think it really matters what we do. If they Frilled Mystic this, we're just dead. But they might not because they're scared of something else. But even if they don't, I think we're just too far behind now. Yeah, 9 lands, 5 spells is not ideal. We're just gonna block both, I think, and scry. 2 cards in the bin. Alright. And we're gonna have these trade. We just can't, like... The Mystic's only really good when they're ahead, and the Ambusher obviously puts them so far ahead. Dreadhorde Invasion. This is 4 to escape. Yeah, we just have no outs here. We only have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take 1,000,000. Alright, take 10. Not bad Ambushers. Pretty absurd magic card. Go to 3, back to 4. Alright, I mean... It is pretty hard to do in the game where you draw actual 10 lands and 5 spells, so that's fine. Although, if they didn't draw that Ambusher, I think we were totally fine this game. We could have played around the Mystic all day, they can never cast the Cavalier, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? They drew the perfect card. Pretty happy with things being as they are. I think with them having Cavaliers in their deck, we're going to bring in some downfalls. Downfall can also kill the Wolf if things go sour, as they did that game, so... on the play, we're going to want, I think, the 2 downfalls. And... then we can shave another Merchant, which is so hard to cast. And I'm not really super impressed with Woe Strider against them. I don't mind that we can escape it later on for a little card advantage, but I think it's worse than the Shepherd or the second Merchant. Let's try this. I'm not exactly sure, honestly. But now on the play, too. So, yeah, turn 1 Gutterbones goes a real long way in a matchup like this. That's fun. Only are so many ways to stop an Ayara on turn 2. Also, that they have to have basically exactly Quench, I think. And they mulliganed? Cool. The old mulligan into Fenlurker, eh? Got the old Epic Downfall. Got these nice Mirage Swamps. Feeling pretty good. Temple of Mystery. Bottom, sure. They're exiling a Paradise Druid. That's pretty weird. That's probably very telling about their hand. If they're dumping a Druid, it means they probably have Quench. And they just didn't want to cast a Druid on turn 2, and they felt the rest of their cards are probably lands and bigger spells. So I'd say extremely likely they have Quench here, which makes me not want to play Ayara, obviously. We're also a little stuck on lands at the moment. I think we're just getting quenched. honestly. Let's make him have it up the curve. If we draw all spells, it's fine too, honestly. Alright, let's make him have it. I think we're like 90% to get quenched here, but... Wow. Okay, that makes sense. So they had Spiral, not... they wanted to Spiral, not Paradise Druid. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. I definitely don't want to cast a spell here into a snake or whatever. And we have a way to kill a wolf, but it's not great. We're just gonna jam, and we're just gonna pump the Fenlurker. They have Brazen Borrower. It's pretty bad, but it's bad anyway, honestly. Just there you go. They have the Wolf with the Downfall, so... Intervention to draw 2? Sure. This card's great. Like, the ability to leave up a counterspell and a card draw spell as the same card on turn 4 is really good. Alright, so they're going big.
In this land, we are all connected.
Sure.
Behold, nature's true power.
Okay. Fenlurker. Interesting. Okay. It's pretty good, honestly. We can definitely resolve, you know, a Shepherd here. We could also Shepherd and then Fenlurker them, which is really cool. I guess there's no reason to do that immediately. I guess the Fenlurker can also attack the Nissa. Yeah, we have the Flyer in play, I think. They want to get into a slugfest with us. I think we're like pretty happy with that, honestly.
Cease this aggression.
I guess if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it now. Not let them know of the card they're drawing. This is not blocking anyway, so... So it dies, you draw a card, make a token. A little drain action. They exile a card. Exile Quench. Sure, Quench is actually pretty good right now. We only have 4 lands, so Quench is almost a counterspell. So the hand must be pretty good, honestly. So they have Krasis, like... Nissa and Krasis are so silly. The fact that Nissa is playable in the all-instant speed flash deck is, like, gross. So off-plan.
The land shall conquer you.
Another Nightmare Shepherd? Okay. We definitely want to... I guess we've got 2 cards? Fenlurker's pretty good. Not playing another Nightmare Shepherd. That's for sure. I'll just play a Fenlurker and see what happens. If they have a snake lit up, we snake it. We get to play... Alright, sure. So we get to disfigure this snake at some point and attack Nissa and play Gutterbones. You do have a lot of attackers in play, that's for sure, but that's okay. Yeah. They're at 12. I can just attack them, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's better to attack them. I'm not sure.
I will endure.
Sabotage my Gutterbones. Okay. That was top. That's not good. Alright. I mean, we can kill him with Merchant next turn without a counter spells, so sort of like this card's a counter spell. We're pretty good on the board, and if it's not a counter spell, we're also pretty good. So, like the Disfigure here is quite good. They have a lot of mana and a lot of 3/3s, but that's our. I mean, now they have to try counterspell. They're dead, but they did top it though. So whatever it is probably reasonably good. It's honestly a kind of tough spot. We can kill Nissa. We can attack them. The only way they would top a card and keep it is as a counterspell or a Brazen Borrower. It's Brazen Borrower, we're in big trouble, but we just attack them or attack Nissa. I think we just attack Nissa. We're not going to die to these next turn. It'll take 2 turns to kill us. The problem is if we attack the Nissa, we can't buy back Gutterbones. We don't really have a good play. We could also just Shepherd first and see what they do. Just want to save the Merchant, just kill him next turn. 5 lands. Let's play Shepherd, see what they do. Wow. Alright. So, what is this card? What card would they top that they would not cast? Maybe it's the X-Spell? Ambusher. Okay. I mean, so they're 4, it's 10. I mean, now this card has to be a counter spell, or we just kill them. So, like, we can take 10 here. Pretty interesting spot. If we feel desperate, we can sacrifice the Shepherd for a blocker and just draw a card. Without a counterspell, they're dead. So yeah, attack away. Let's have a downfall for the Ambusher, which is kind of cool. I mean, if they don't play a spell, they're going to get a token. Again, we're kind of trying to play on this counterspell if we can. That's aggressive. I mean, they really have a tank here. Sure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we're pretty fine taking 10 here. Go 5. And they're dead. So that was easy. Cool. We'll take that. We'll take that. Definitely an interesting first match there against Simic Flash. Disfigure was good. Disfigure was good. Alright. Round 2. On the draw. Like this one. Temple of Enlightenment, sure. If we like our Dreadhorde into Ayara opening. Things to do with Miss on lands, which we may end up doing here. Okay, so I think we're actually gonna play Woe Strider here. Could have like Absorb or something. I'm not really sure what they're doing yet. And Ayara's pretty good. Strider's a fine backup plan, but Thirster meaning, sure. We played against a really cool blue-white Dance the Man's deck earlier on stream. Like blue-white control, Thirster meaning, Dance the Man's, a lot of good enchantments. It was pretty cool. And they were playing no counter spells, so. Do we wish to sacrifice our goat and scry? I guess we're looking for a land drop. I think we do. It's really not doing much, sure. Makes me mostly happy. So, let's smash. Playing Fenlurkers into a Wrath really isn't that bad, honestly. So obviously we just get the card anyway, so pretty happy to go Fenlurker here. Let's go land, sure. A Wrath, we get to scry 3 times. And we get a creature back from Dreadhorde anyway, so it's really just a 1-for-1, realistically. Both Fenlurkers traded 1-for-1, the tokens or whatever, and then the Strider trades with the Wrath, so could be worse. Prefer a more suitable follow-up, but Cavalier is certainly not great in this matchup. I think our matchup against like a straight blue-white control deck is not great. If they're more enchantment-based, we'll see, but if they're gonna go for it, Soul Sack. We're keeping that, so that's fine. Castle Locthwain is your best possible card in a control matchup. It's just so unbelievably good. So make a token, and I'm pretty sure we're just a Ayara here. Merchant for 3 is not very good. Cavalier is just not good. I only have 3 cards left, so we're going to set an upkeep stop in case you want to sacrifice the zombie and make a new zombie. They bend an Elspeth Conquers Death. That would be very, very good here to hit the Ayara. Let's see what they do. Alright, that is really good. So they get to exile our Ayara. Well, we've got another, I suppose. They have 3 cards left. I mean, they're not reanimating anything because they have nothing in the graveyard currently. Just play Ayara again. So our next turn non-creature spells cost 2 more, which is fine. It's almost none of our deck. Fortunately, Escape has been not very good. So many things exile. Alright, we're drawing some real stinkers in the matchup here. Unlike Eldest Reborn, Elspeth Conqueror's Death is only their graveyard, and they have nothing currently, so we could just Merchant here. It's only for 3, but they are at 8. Playing Cavalier. I guess we play Cavalier and they Wrath. We just get back a Fenlurker, and it puts lethal on the board. If I play Merchant and they Wrath, I feel kind of bad. Yeah, that's actually fine. Obviously not the card for this matchup, but it is not the worst card ever. So we'll decline, just say go. Okay. So yeah, they're definitely playing the enchantment-based Dance of the Man's kind of shenanigans. Bottom is a good sign. That feels very nice. And your opponent goes bottom. So they get nothing back off that. We got some lands. I mean, okay. Well, that's making me horribly regret my choice to cast Cavalier of Night. Are they just dead to Grey Merchant though? We have 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they are not. I mean, I guess we can attack with both safely. Yeah, they're just dead. I'm just not being silly. Because they can't block. I mean, they can block, but they can't kill anything, so they're just dead. Oh, they gain life. I'm being dumb. I should have disfigured this before attacks. They can hexproof it now? Yeah, I screwed up. Alright. So they're going to gain 3. Alright, yeah, I screwed up. Alright, whatever. They can just pitch a card now and tap it. It has the ability hexproof, but it also taps. And pitching Absorb is pretty good. So we screwed up pretty bad here. Because if it was only 1 lifelink, we would still win the game. So I just made a pretty big error. Hopefully we don't get punished too hard for it. They go to 4, back to 7. Put them to 1. Yeah, big mistake. Huge mistake. So if they draw into a Wrath here and they get to Wrath us, it's pretty devastating. Suspense. Opponent. Why are you doing this? It's kind of you got it or you don't scenario, right? Banishing Light? Okay. I mean... Okay. They have some way to bounce or deal with my creatures, I guess? Huh. Only got 3 in the bin still. Alright, I guess we're coming in. There's no way to untap a Stream Trawlers, or that would suck. Oh, they're dead. Okay. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. Alright, so... Yeah, thankfully not punished for our big punt there. So, that's cool. Ship that. Ship the Cavaliers. We're going to want probably all 4 Duresses. And then... Probably want Tymaret, because it's... I believe they're a Dance the Man's deck. And then... I guess we want Deathless Knight, too. What do we not want? I guess some Murderous Riders. It's hard to know what their exact list is, honestly, but... Killing Teferi's not good. We can't kill the Trawler anyway. Probably just don't want any Murderous Riders, I would say. I'd say we'd also want these Midnight Reapers. And if we're going to cut something, it's probably like a Merchant and a Shepherd, maybe. I still want some Drain. I still want some Flyers, but this is really soft to Teferi. Let's try this. I think Woe Strider is better than these, just cheaper. I'm not sure, though. Well, that's a hand. Yeah, I guess we're gonna mulligan. It's better. We'll ship a land. Need gas in a matchup like this, so if we're in a spot where drawing a land or a spell is good, I'm pretty happy. Oh man, turn 2 Gutterbones? That sucks. I'm pretty sure we just Gutterbones here. Just a better attacker. And the Fenlurker's better later to like spike like one of the last cards in their hand if possible. Alright, this is fine. Definitely a very good card. There's definitely some good sideboard cards against us in the format. The Pro Black Reacher is good. Devout Decree is good. Honestly, the card Hushbringer. Hushbringer? Yeah, Hushbringer is really good against us. That's a card I was playing with earlier today. Oh, that's the one. I don't know why I even talk. So its turn stops all, enters the battlefield, and death triggers. So will not trigger. Will not trigger. Will not trigger. Basically. So good job taking out those Murderous Riders, Jim. Well done. Jeez. There's some real haters here. I mean, not many of our cards do much here. Come on. Alright, well, we're just cranking up the old castle. Trying to draw land here. We did not. This game's not going particularly well for us. Mulligan into a full house of legends. And they discard a Omen of the Sea, sure. Main phase Thirst means they missed a land. They're missing lands, so can we castle again? Not really. All right. I mean, I think we just. I guess we could sack Gutterbones and draw a card off Ayara. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. There's a swamp. Fortunately, we can't get the Gutterbones back, but we just play Fenlurker as a 1/1. I kind of think we do, honestly. It's still fodder for Ayara, so this Hushbringer's doing work. Okay, so they went for the full sideboard juke. They brought in creatures. We took out our kill spells. We're not going to fall for this the next game, so I don't think they're Dance the Mancing either. We're at 13. Yeah, we'll just get our next game. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. We're not bringing Noxious Grasp. We're going to bring all 4 Murderous Riders back in. No Tymarets. The Riders are back in. And we're going to cut probably Woe Strider. Yeah. Hushbringer is good against. I guess it's against this too. Hushbringer's really good against this deck. I think 4 Riders is fine though. I don't think I want to go as deep as Noxious Grasp. Shepherd's still a 4/4 flyer, which is nice. Could chill on Fenlurker a little bit. It's not the most exciting card. It's like kind of cool, but kind of eh. Could go like up a Grasp. Let's go down 2 Fenlurkers to the 4th Shepherd and 1 Noxious Grasp. This Fenlurker gets in ahead of Hushbringer. It's not a great hand, but it's fine. Sky bottom, sure. That made this hand a lot better. A lot better. Castle Locthwain is very good. Sure. Sure. I mean, we're just playing big creatures. We have 5 answers to this in our deck. Duress. I wish we had drawn that last turn. I'm pretty sure we're just jamming our big boom boom here. Because we get to Duress and play another one next turn, so... Bottom, you love to see that. Definitely see getting Banishing Lighted or Devout Decreed here. Let me get to untap and Duress and Shepherd. That's not good. We have 5 kill spells in our deck. You know, we just need to draw them, I guess. Alright, Duress you. Wait a minute, doesn't this turn off Constellation? If it's a creature, it turns off Constellation. That's super awkward. So they have 2 Wraths and a Birth of whatever. I mean, I kind of want them to Wrath, and I don't want them to get a free 2/2, so... Sure. Probably shouldn't be playing another Nightmare Shepherd, though. Maybe just draw a Castle. Definitely no point to attack. Like, they don't really have much going on right now. And every turn that goes by is an turn we can draw a kill spell, so this is fine. We'll just say go. We'll take 4, draw a card off Castle. We can play the Gutterbones at some point, too. Oh, they drew Devout Decree. That's perfect. Alright, that's pretty awful. Okay. Scry top, that's also probably not good. Why would they want to sacrifice the Omen if they are scrying top already? I don't know. Where are my kill spells? I cannot find them. I mean, they gotta beat my my 4/4 flyers. They may just keep drawing removal spells every turn. Why would they top and then do that? Doesn't make any sense. If you already know half your scry, what's the point in scrying? And shocking to do it. And just double Shatter the Sky. Hushbringer's being a real pain here. Top, bottom, sure. It's been a fairly frustrating game. Alright. You win, opponent. You win. Alright, you got it. Alright. Obviously pretty frustrating there. I mean, game 2, sure. They juked us. They got us. But game 3, yeah, about that. About that. They beat us with creatures with 2 Wraths in their hand. A bunch of kill spells off the top. Couldn't draw a kill spell. Pretty frustrating. Pretty frustrating. 1-1. 1-1. Definitely think those blue-white decks, there's something real there for sure. Yeah. Works for me. A little slow. Works for me. Temple of Deceit. Sure. Okay, so we get to not play our Cottage on 1. Pretty gassy hand. Okay. This could be Esper Hero, could be Esper Control. Whoa. Esper now has access to all these new temples, which is nice for them. They only previously had the black-white temple. Sure. Hand's pretty stacked, so it's not too troubling. Our Cottage here is honestly not too bad. Whatever 3-way take, we just play the other one. We got a nice end game here in Citadel, which they can't really beat. They're taking Murderous Rider. That's an interesting one. Problem means they have Ashiok in their hand. And they're going to ban it to Fairy. Sure. Castle. Sure. Woe Strider is definitely better against Teferi. Does not attack well into an Ashiok token, though. What's the Ayara? Definitely going to Cottage that Murderous Rider top of our deck next turn for sure. Okay, so either are bad against Othakai, that's fun. Another Bolas Citadel? Ugh, that's kind of gross. Alright, Murderous Rider on top. Yes, please. Play Shepherd, say go. I mean, we're set for the long game here, that's for sure. I'm trying to make sure we don't die to an Ashiok. The Fairy is definitely annoying against our 4/4 flyer, but... let's play the flyer again. Yeah.
Let's try this.
Sure. Why are you so creepy?
Welcome to my domain, Planeswalker.
Alright, so we'll ship the excess Citadel, I think.
I will haunt you. Your heroics are but a dream to me.
Frustrating. Really needed a land there so we could double spell. Alright. Maybe another Ashiok here, we're definitely in trouble. A tough game so far. They have their own Citadel. That's also not good.
Here goes nothing.
It's pretty aggressive. And we cannot find a land to save our life. I don't really want a Murderous Rider of Teferi, but I think they're just going to get some value off of it regardless. Yeah, I mean, oh my god. Beating Bolas Citadel in play for a few turns is pretty tough. Obviously, we have our own Citadels, but just then drawing off land. Just a kind of a tough game. Yeah, let's stop demoralizing ourselves. Just go to the next game here. We could definitely grind with the Esper deck pretty well, but not with the way that game rolled out. So, over to the audio bugs. That's really annoying. Alright, I'll have to restart to fix that, unfortunately. Okay, so don't want Disfigure. Don't want Cavalier of Night. Definitely want some number of Duresses. We can't play that many, though. I think we're also interested in Reaper and Deathless Knight. I don't know how many Duresses we want, honestly. It's really annoying. Now there's no sound. It's like we're playing Magic Online. I don't think Woe Strider is very good here. Seems like it would be fine to escape. We haven't come close to escaping this card once yet. Shepherd is also, like, not great. Just, like, super bad against a fairy. And it's usually going to be by itself on the board. I guess the merchants aren't great either. I'm really not sure. Let's do 1 and 1. I'm really not sure. I want a sideboard. Sure. It's not great. It's definitely not a great hand, but it's kind of hard to turn it down. The Shepherds just are not good in a matchup like this. They're going to kill everything. Then a 4/4 flyer for 4 just isn't really doing much. Alright, that's kind of cool. You can draw land, obviously, but... Fenlurker you. They exile a Oracle of Half-Truths. Very cool card. Very cool card. Alright, we don't need a land or a 3-drop, please. Or another 4-drop. This one's not looking great, folks. Need a land next turn or it's all over. Okay. They're bouncing my Yarok's Fenlurker. That seems unbelievable. And we drew a land. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty cool. If they had plus, they would have lost it and not drawn a card, I guess. But it's hard to know if a haste creature there, you know. Sure. I mean, we're cooking now, you know. We're just going to take this 6-point Gary, I think. Playing a 4/4 is whatever, and I definitely love the trade here. If they'll give it to me. Obviously, we could have like attacked, let them trade, and then post-combat done it and gotten it back, but I think the 4 damage and 4 life is pretty good. Maybe that's better, honestly. That's definitely a kind of knowing the matchup thing, and I don't really know the matchup yet, so it's kind of weird. They're okay taking the 4 there. I guess they don't want the knight to be traded off. Sure. Ayara. Well, that buys back the knights. That's pretty cool. Alright, we just jam. I mean, if they have a like Tyrant's Scorn or something, it's whatever. We'll just leave the merchant. I guess we just tag with it. Let them figure it out. We're just gonna bounce it. Makes sense. Honestly. I mean, now we should do all this, though. This feels pretty good, though. Ayara was a very good draw there. Very fortunate on our part. Why kill it? Let it come back. Just bounce it, you know? Oh, you can't kill it. It's 3 or less. Right. Words mean things. So, they gotta break up, my Ayara merchant here. Otherwise, I just kill him with the Shepherd next turn. So, let's see what they do. They also gotta beat the Haster, and the board, and the Ayara, and all the flyers in my hand. So, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Our opponent agrees. Enter the God Eternals. Okay. That's pretty good, I guess. Okay. Another swamp. Pretty sure we just Shepherd and attack with the merchant. And if they block with the 4/4, we should get the merchant back and drain them for a nice 6. It feels pretty good. Deathless Knight attack. Probably just trade the 2 tokens. Pretty flooded on these Nightmare Shepherds here, not gonna lie. Why do they mill me? I have escape cards in my deck. That seems like a very foolish thing to do. Alright, yeah, let's get the flyer and play an attack. I guess it's like we're just like throwing away the merchant for no reason. We get the drain for 6, but we lose the body. They go to 5. Does it even matter? I don't think that even matters, just say go. I guess they can like attack with the 4/4, but and they're in the tank. I think God Eternals was pretty ideal on that turn. Alright, Thought Erasure is kind of whatever. Our hand's pretty redundant. Definitely love to draw a castable spell next turn. We could double spell, like a 1 or 2 drop. They're going to bin a Hound of Atheros. Sure. And they're sending in a 4/4. We can just block with the Fenlurker and extract a card from them. I don't think that's super worth it. That's another one. Alright, I mean, it's not looking awesome, that's for sure. Definitely not looking awesome. This is Menace, Vigilance, Lifelink. Like if they have like one more good spell here, we're probably just dead. I don't know. Maybe not. You have some Shim Shepherds to attack with. The Knight hasn't been very good here. It's just like really bad against Hero Precinct 1 tokens. Probably a bad sideboard on my part. Alright, I'm pretty sure we just block here. Block and pump. And then whatever they kill, we just get back, which is cool. Creature cards. That's fine. Okay. This does not affect the Shepherd. Because a creature card is not entering the battlefield, and we're not casting a spell from the battlefield. So graveyard hate, but not against us. Not against the things that we're trying to do. So they're actually just dead, as it stands. If they kill the Grey Merchant, they can kill the Fenlurker also, and then we'll get a Fenlurker back and extract a card and keep playing Magic. So that seems to be what's going to be happening here. So not a bad exchange for us. We get to kill a 4/4 and then get a card from their hand. And they keep getting priorities. They obviously have something going on. They exiled. Which one did they exile? I have no idea. I guess could have been Trawler. And we draw a Woe Strider. So now we're just dead. So you can just sack the Merchant at any time and kill them, which is pretty cool. Attack with these. Yeah, whatever. We'll do it on their upkeep because they have a kill spell of some kind or something. I don't know if they can really do, honestly, but... What's this mystery card? It's a Tyrant Scorn. I mean, you are really dead. Supposedly 4/4 flyers good against Tyrant Scorn. That's true. So I was kind of like sideboarding like they were a control deck, but they're not a control deck, they're a hero deck. So we should probably fix our sideboarding. I'd say we probably don't want Deathless Knight. And I kind of do want these Grasps. I mean, Grasp can't kill a Ashiok, but it kills the other cards. I also want these Merchants back. I don't want these Knights. Knights are good if they don't have a hero. I don't know. They're pretty durable. I want this Merchant too. The 4th Merchant. I don't like all these Duresses either. Too many creatures in their deck, you know? You can't really risk them missing. I do kind of like the Grasps. Killing Hero is pretty important. Like one Grasp, just kind of like hedge a little bit. Maybe we'll leave in the Deathless Knights. So we have one Woe Strider. Nah, I want both Grasps, I think. So any other card we can try out here. Only one Deathless Knight, one Woe Strider, so a little bit extra durability. Is Reaper actually good? Yeah, I think so. Maybe just worse than the other cards, honestly. They're not really wrathing us. It could just be a Deathless Knight, and I honestly think the Cavalier's fine too. Now I'm thinking about it. They're definitely like creature-y Esper hero, not like Esper control Esper hero. So this hand is disgusting. We can't keep this hand. Even on a draw, this hand needs to draw like four lands in a row, and like 3 lands in a row. Yeah, we can't keep this. Just 4-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, 5-drop, 2 lands. Yeah, that sucks. This hand needs to draw 2 lands in a row. So we have 3 shots at 2 lands. We can't keep this hand either. Alright. Let's ship the old Cavi and probably ship the Merchant also and just like hope they have a creature heavy draw. This kind of sucks, honestly. It's not fun to mulligan to 5 against a Thought Erasure deck. It's not fun at all. Ayara. Tap land's interesting. So no Thought Erasure, no hero. We play Ayara here, it's just definitely gonna die. But let me just say go. They play something, we just Murderous Rider it and get a Murderous Rider in play so we can start doing things. It's going to be hard to play the 2-for-1 game. Down 2 cards. Yep. Card's super fun. Oh my god. Alright. Time to work the old mind games. We're going to put this here. Let's see it. Try and get him to take the face down card. I mean, wait, no. These. Because we have removal. I don't know what we can do here. We gotta get lucky to win this game. Hopefully they just think it's like 2 lands and... Nah, they don't. Alright. I mean, we just can't do anything this game. We're down like 4 cards already. You can't really beat the Trawler either, so... Super fun card. Super fun card. They already had Teferi anyway, so that sucks. Like, obviously they don't take it if they already have it.
Might be a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean we're in super trouble here. They just play Dream Trawler next turn and we just lose. Yeah, I mean, whatever. We can't really do anything. Like, our hope is that they never draw a land for Dream Trawler, but they just draw spells then. We can't win, so I don't know what we can do here.
Don't worry. I got this.
Sure as hell I'm beating 7 spells. Alright, we'll just go next match. Pretty frustrating last 2 matches, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we've run pretty bad in our last 2 matches. Let's turn it around, you know? I think the deck is definitely performing well for the most part. There's a few cards I'm not sure about, like the Cavalier. I'm not sure how many Dreadhorde Invasions you actually want. But This place. Probably a Cottage on one, but... Temple of Silence. Sure. This kind of suck. We're like lacking a Planeswalker. That'd be good in these matchups. Oh, come on, Gutterball. What are you doing? Where were you last turn? Temple. Maybe just Fenlurker. Murderous Rider. That's pretty good. If they're pitching Murderous Rider, sure. That's great. Jeez. I'll take that all day. Means they definitely have more removal. Maybe we should be a little more careful with our Ayara here. There's no way they burn an Oath of Aya on a Yarok's Fenlurker without having a bunch more removal in their hand, so just play more stuff. Is that a Banishing Light? Maybe they're like a Doom Foretold deck, I guess? Sure. Okay. So we can just keep feeding it with like Woe Strider and stuff too. I guess we're gonna sack the Fenlurker. Strider. I mean, Gutterbones attacks are more. It's not bad either. Play Woe Strider, so they go. Can't sack the Goat, but we can sack the Gutterbones and sack Fenlurker next turn. It's not really the end of the world if the Doom Foretold goes off, honestly. Interesting. Do you have interest in scrying with our goat? Kinda? Yeah, I think we do. I want to land here. Castle Locthwain, preferably. I'll take that, though. So they make a token and block. It's pretty annoying here. I mean, they're trying to lose their Doom Foretold, right? So I don't even know what matters here. Whatever. I did backwards. I meant to go Ayara Fenlurker, obviously. Exile a Castle Locthwain. Okay. Wait, their last card's Kaya's Wrath. Honestly, whatever. So we missed the point there. Oops. Do they have an instant speed enchantment? No. Okay. So they couldn't find time to get that Locthwain in play either. That'd be a really big game right now. And if they have a Kaya's Wrath here, exactly. We get to scry 2. Find our next threat. Get to untap, and life is good, so. Sorceress Spyglass. Does not seem like a good card to play in your Doom Foretold deck. Meaning Ayara, sure. Slam. I should have maybe pump once. Pump once, get back Gutterbone, cast it. I mean, just playing stuff, you know, just playing my cards. No tricks. Just playing them all out. Oh, they drew a castle. Definitely worse now, though, so we're taking for a lot, so. Slam ball. This is. They can make a token and block Gutterbones, but we should get it back anyway, so it's kind of whatever. Sure. Not gonna ride over token here. Block the Fenlurker. Let's do that, and then we'll sack the Gutterbones and replay it for an extra drain and a scry. Sure. Why not? It's a little Wrath Insurance as well as some extra Fenlurker action. I don't think it really matters here, honestly. They're just dead or not, so. Yeah, cool. Alright. Kind of a weird game. A lot of removal. No blue, though, so no real card draw or card advantage. No Dance the Mance, no other stuff. So, kind of weird. I would say we definitely don't want Disfigure. And definitely don't want Cavalier of Night. Definitely want Midnight Reaper and Deathless Knight. Probably want... I want some number of Duress, but I don't even know how many I want. Like, we're just gonna outcard them. So if we're in the mid game, I just don't want to draw Duresses when their hand's kind of empty. And like, kind of just want threats. I like the 4 Murderous Riders. I want to keep my safety net, not get cheesed out by some stupid creature strategy post board. They don't have Dance the Man, so we don't need any graveyard hate. I think this is fine. I don't think we need Duress. Like, what are they gonna do? Wrath me with like a Woe Strider in play, or a Doom Whisperer in play? Midnight Reaper. Just naming random black rares. I think we keep. I think Deathless Knight is really good against them. We have Castle Invasion's like, I guess not great against. I'm just gonna keep. You know, I'm a crazy person, but I just love Castle Locthwain so much. I'm just not ever scared when I have it. Bottom, sure. Drawing a spell there is pretty clutch. It's possible they're playing the Thoughtseize, like the exiling Thoughtseize, but I would love to draw any castable spell next turn. But I won't feel bad if I don't, because, you know. What?
I know my responsibility. Trust me, I have a plan.
What? They play an entire game making 7 or 8 land drops with no blue sources? I guess they did play the fetch land, didn't they? Well, okay. That's certainly annoying.
I'll protect you.
Definitely not cool. We could just Deathless Knight here and kill the face. Yeah, that's actually awesome. That's gas. Haste is a powerful ability. Sure. We'll find some way to bring that one back. Don't worry, folks. Double Fenlurker. Seems better than Shepherd, honestly. We don't have a board yet. Just take our 2 for 2 or 2 for 1 or whatever. 2 for 2. Exile land, sure. Mortified? Mortified, petrified, stupefied. About you. Good movie. Good movie. Gotta have Nicole watch that. Oh man, it's a really good movie. Nicole's my wife, fiance, whatever. Murderous Rider. So they have 2 cards in hand. They do have both castles, which is pretty good. We could Shepherd here, and then if they block a Fenlurker, which lose a card anyway. I guess we're just gonna Shepherd. It might just die, but if they waste their mana killing it, they can't kill my stuff. We're kind of in like a weird spot here, but we have Castle too, so they want to tap all their lands and kill a 1/1, I think that's fine. No? Alright. So they're Castle Locthwain. That's a hit. A little Lava Spike. Also, they Kaya's Wrath now, then they get double Fenlurker off of our Shepherd, which is awesome. Shepherd's just great. Okay. Interesting. Just Slam Ball. Mortified, Petrified, Stupefied. That's fine. I think we're going to Castle. Let's see what we draw. It's a Swamp, so I guess we're going to Pump. Definitely value in just doing them extra damage because they have a castle in play, obviously, so. Okay. I mean, not the best Wrath for them, obviously, but we have no pressure now, which kind of sucks. They bottom. We Ayara. It's pretty good. Get Ayara and Castle. Oh, that's nice. I actually totally forgot that was even there. Let's do that instead. Completely forgot. Oof, boy. Thank you, Arena. I'm the loosest. Okay. It's really... Wait. How... What? You're playing Banishing Light in your Doom Foretold deck? You gotta think that one out, my friend. It's not gonna work out the way you want it to. Alright, so 6 to 18. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Is our upkeep. I guess we're gonna Castle. That's not bad. Alright, so that dies. Draw another one. So, like, this is awkward. We, like, want to keep Doom Foretold in play to kill the Banishing Light, but it's kind of hard to do that. We play a creature and they just kill it. I want to keep a land in my hand in case they are able to Doom Foretold. Yeah, we're just going to play Shepherd as they go. We'll lose it to the Doom Foretold to try and get back the Banishing Light thing. They have Dance the Man, so we're just dead, I think, but... That's really annoying. We can also try and kill with the Grey Merchant, but we're not really there yet. Alright. Maybe we should just, like, let it go. We have 6, 7, we have 8 mana. Huh. Alright. We're just gonna go for broke here. They don't have anything, we just kill them. If they have a way to kill something, things get pretty ugly here, but we still have our castles and stuff too, so... Because if they don't have anything, we get the Doom Foretold, sacrificing Merchant, and just nug them again for 4. Alright, which does kill them, so they don't have anything if they're doing that. But if they draw a Wrath, or a way to kill Shepherd, it's not great for us. They're also on a time bomb here of like, oh, come on. That's actually fine. So we draw a card, we get back the Grey Merchant, put them to 1. And it's a token, so it doesn't die to Doom Foretold, but they get a creature, so. The Ashiok? Why do they want to Ashiok us? So they're at 1, and they're just... No, they're not dead. Because they are dead. They're not dead. Okay. We have 7, 8, 9 mana. I definitely want Citadel in play, so we're just going to discard the Murderous Rider. So we're going to gain life also, so this can't kill them by itself. Sure. Draw a Swamp. Alright, well, bombs away. Top card is a Ayara. That's a good one. Then a Castle. Then a land, so we'll draw, reset it. Wait, what? The hell was that dialogue? Yeah, I mean, I want to cast that. Why would you pop up so weird like that? Alright, there one. Going out on your own terms. Alright, we are 2 and 2. 2 and 2. Getting back to our winning ways here. Let's finish strong with our last match. Let's finish strong with the last match here. Castle Locthwain is it's just unbelievable how good Castle Locthwain is. It really is. Just unbelievable. Speak of the devil. Perfection. The pips. The pips. Bird. You gotta love when they mulligan on the play into your Fenlurker. Oh yeah. Ravenous Rats. Come a long way from Ravenous Rats, but... Take a card, please. Pick a card, any card. Omnath, Locus of the Royals. This is the, like, steal your stuff Thassa deck. Probably can't allow Risen Reef to live. They play like a Cavalier next turn, so I'm gonna feel really dumb, but they're pretty light on resources. Just kill this. So this deck tries to play Thassa and then use threaten effects, and then Thassa can flicker things, but they come back to your control, not their owner's control. So if you steal something like temporarily and then flicker it, you keep it forever. That's the point of our opponent's deck, I believe, based on what they've the colors they've played so far. All right, well, we stopped double Risen Reef from happening, so I guess that's a thing. Man, land every time. All right. That was a good draw. We get a double spell now. It's actually pretty great. Take that. Ayara. So what? What are we like scared of here? Yeah, there you go. So they had Cronin War to steal my Ayara, and then if they have a Thassa next turn, they can flicker it and keep it. Also have to attack, and then tapped creatures deal damage. That's pretty adorable. They stole my thing and then neoformed it. That was kind of a beating. Not gonna lie. Alright. That didn't feel good. That actually felt bad. So our poor Gutterbones is gonna die. Next turn we have to attack. And then the turn after that, each tapped creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. They only have one card. They have Risen Reef, obviously. I mean, if this card's good, we're probably in trouble. They have a castle also. Risen Reef's kind of messed up. I guess, like... merchanting here for 3 is not good. Playing Murderous Rider is okay. Man, neoforming things you steal is really rude. Oh, that's bad. Alright, Risen Reef's a real problem. So, creatures that I control have to attack this turn. So, then my stuff's just gonna die. But that's fine, I guess. You merchant for a decent amount, and then each tapped creature deals damage to itself equal to its power, which is whatever. These have to attack, yeah. We're sort of not in good shape, but they've just drawn way too many cards off these Risen Reefs. Speak of the devil. Please stop. Jesus. Am I dead yet? I just have 50 lands in play and 50 cards in their hand. Alright, yeah, whatever. I don't think we really have any way out here. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I mean, that's their deck humming. If you get to steal something in Neo format, I'd imagine you are going to win that game a large percentage of the time. Okay. Come on, Arena, you can do it. It's our last match. What are we doing? What are we doing here? We definitely want Noxious Grasp and Epic Downfall, because it kills the big thingies. We probably... I mean... Disfigure's like... It basically only kills Risen Reef, but killing Reef's important. We probably don't want it. And then Cavalier of Night. I don't think we want that. Maybe the Citadel. I don't even know. It's a weird deck. Very, very bizarre deck. Tymaret eating their graveyard doesn't really do anything. Reaper doesn't really seem very good. Woe Strider's kind of cool. We just sack our stuff, I guess, in response to them stealing it. I guess like their late game's better than ours, so we don't really want the Citadel. Yeah, I guess we just don't want Citadel. We're only playing 2 of these. Really don't want to draw more than 1 usually. This hand's pretty bad. Invasion. We're gonna mulligan here. just don't think his hand does enough. It's better. It's not great. I think we're just killing that. If they have a Risen Reef, it feels awful, but we're on curve for the next 2 turns. Alright. Could be worse, I guess. Maybe they just find their way into a 5-drop, and now we have Murderous Rider. It's fine. You can double Fenlurker. It's just they have a lot of cards in there, and I don't think that matters really. The Cavalier, we can kill it, which is pretty good. So now we're faced with the choice: do we sacrifice this or not? Is if they have a way to flicker it or neoform it or whatever. It's just awful. Oh, this is just the worst. I'm gonna sacrifice it like a wuss. I think I'm gonna sack my goat too. I want to draw a good card next turn. That's not a good card. It's not a bad card. Claim the Firstborn. Alright, well they've got their cutesy steel stuff here. Damage equal to the number of elementals you control. Alright, so we get to kill this in response. It's pretty good actually. So that will not kill my Strider. They kind of waste their turn. I only have 2 cards left. Unfortunately, each tap creature deals damage, so we can't really attack next turn. So if I attack, these things will die. So I guess we're just playing this and saying go. Oh, I'm sorry. I had the things mixed up. Oh, they have to attack, and then... I'm sorry. This card's really, really weird. I guess that sucks. We're just going to lose our stuff anyway. Alright, we couldn't really do anything about it, so... It has to attack, and then each creature deals damage equal to its power. Alright. That's kind of lame, but... Scry bottom. So we're just going to hope they have no follow-up, I guess. Oh shit, how much stuff's in our graveyard? Oh, wait, we're always one short of escaping, like, every time. Really don't like killing the Risen Reef. They just drew a card off of it. They probably would have played anything bigger if they could have last turn. And this is whenever you're enters the battlefield. We can just wait. I don't have to. I've been killing this on the slot sites. It's not on cast. It's on enter. So I'm stupid. I should wait. We're gonna Claim the Firstborn, my Murderous Rider. I mean, that's... Claim the Firstborn into Neo form is pretty obnoxious. Yeah, it's pretty lame. So they get to flicker the Murderous Rider and keep it. Alright. I guess we're going to kill the Risen Reef. We kill the Murderous Rider, it's like they just start flickering the Reef, which is actually good. So... a gutter ball. Still only 3 in the bin. This is not going awesome for us. Maybe we just draw a card off Castle rather than play Murderous Rider. I guess maybe not. Just play our hand. I feel like we've struggled to get our engine going in these last few games. I guess if we had a Ayara, they would have stolen it. Sure. This is a pretty easy block, I think. Okay, Grasp isn't bad. We're still short of doing anything relevant with the escape, but killing Nissa is a reasonable game. We only have 2 cards left. We just say go. We can double block the Murderous Rider, which is fine. Please stop. Thank God it wasn't a Leafkin Druid. They can just do it again, though, because they have a stupid Thassa. Ugh. This can only kill my Murderous Rider. That's really annoying. Yeah, we're just, like, not getting stuff through here in this game. We can play Woe Strider now for its escape cost. I guess we're attacking with the 3/3. Sure. First escape. It's big. It's a 5/4. Sure. Give our downfall for that. That's fine. I mean, it's just like infinite value. Oh, please stop. Please, I'm asking you nicely. Actually, we're just dead. We just can't beat these boards they're assembling, honestly. Why wouldn't they flicker the Cavalier of Thorns? doesn't make sense. Okay, let's try, I guess. No. Not really sure where we're going with this one. I guess we're attacking. Like, this is like not the worst. Get rid of Nissa. Oh god, their hand must be so good. Alright. They have another Nissa? Not gonna lie, folks, we're getting clowned. Absolutely clowned.
Shall conquer you.
Pretty sure it's just block and sack. Try and scry again. We gotta like chain together some ridiculous Grey Merchant draws here, I think. I don't even know. It's probably not Gutterbones, so I'm not gonna guess there. Oh my god. That was a clowning. So our other two losses felt pretty bad. It felt like we ran really, really bad. That was just us getting absolutely clowned. That deck seems pretty good. Seems to match up pretty well against us too. They outgrind us pretty well, and we're pretty reliant on our creatures, and they're able to deal with that pretty well too. The other matches we lost felt pretty bad. We took mulliganed a lot and just didn't feel like we really hit things, but yeah, that was weird. That was really got clowned by that deck. So overall, this deck seems very good. I think there's a few things I'm unsure about. The Dreadhordes are very good when they're working with like with the Ayaras and the Cavaliers. They're not amazing when they're not, though. I can see maybe going down to 1. Woe Strider is only really good when you have Shepherd. Cavalier I like. I'm pretty happy with Cavalier. Obviously, the main core of Ayara, Shepherd, Grey Merchant is like really, really, really good. It's kind of frustrating to go 2-3 in this league, or this video set, because I've been crushing with this deck basically every time I play with it. Went like, I don't know, like 12-4 with it on stream. Went 4-1 on the preview stream. Feels really good. I mean, but I don't know. Deck seems cool. Definitely not sure about some things. The fact that we're just like a pretty good value deck. We're playing Castle Locthwain for long game stuff. The problem we're running into is when our opponents, like our last opponent, could deal with our creatures and kind of break up our synergy, and also had their own very over the top late game. That seemed problematic. If they're just trying to do over the top stuff, our synergy will beat them. And if they're just trying to kill our creatures, then our grind with Locthwain and Citadel beat them. But if they're able to do both at the same time, that seems pretty hard for us to beat. And I don't know what the solution there is, honestly. You could maybe play do Thoughtseize. It's a new discard spell. Like 2 mana discard spell. But every spell you add obviously lowers your devotion. It's possible you don't need Disfigure in the main. I just want to make sure that we were fast enough in the early game. Not sure. It's still very early, obviously. I mean, we played against a few decks we didn't even know what they were doing because they're all brand new. So it's an exciting time, of course. I would say that format looks pretty fun so far. A lot of cool cards, a lot of interesting things happening. A lot of power here, a lot of power. So if you're a Grey Merchant of Asphodel fan, if you're a Devotion fan, if you're a Mono Black fan, give this deck a spin. It's definitely something very real here, and try stuff out too. Don't be afraid to experiment. Put some cards in, put some cards out. But the Ayara, Nightmare Shepherd, Grey Merchant, Murderous Rider engine is very, very powerful. A lot of heat we're working with. So, thanks so much for watching. I'm Jim Davis for CoolStuffInc.com. Appreciate you tuning in, of course. I do a video Monday, of course, you're watching that right now, and an article Friday. If you're watching on YouTube, first, subscribe to the channel. Of course, the Cool Stuff channel is great. And then pop on over to CoolStuffInc.com to read the article that is the companion piece to this video. Make sure you do that. And, of course, go shopping on CoolStuffInc.com for all your game needs. Card games, board games, miniatures, magic cards. Go pre-order your Nightmare Shepherds. Card's busted. Card is busted. Check that out as well. And I'll see you fine folks next week right here on CoolStuffInc.com. Have a good one.